Hello friends, welcome to Shiksharthi. In this video, we shall discuss cubic polynomials. So let's start. Now at the very outset, under the head of cubic polynomials, we need to understand the basic difference between cubic expression and a cubic equation. So as we would be doing more number of videos, we'll be talking about the difference between the same. Talking about this video, we'll be focusing on how is a cubic polynomial or expression formed, and second we'll be talking about the various types of cubic polynomials. Okay, so now can I say that a polynomial is formed with the help of a variable term and the constant terms, wherein the constants can be merely used as constants or they can be used along with the variable terms with the help of basic operators like addition, multiplication, division and subtraction. Now, as we have already talked about in our quadratic expression video, we will be taking this video to the next level and we will be taking the quadratic expression as a benchmark for this video. Okay, now if I say ax cube plus bx square plus cx plus d. Now this is ideally, mark the words being used, this is what an ideal format of a cubic polynomial or a cubic expression is, wherein we see that all the powers. Now what is a variable here? So if I say that this is a cubic polynomial, along with this I need to specify few things. Now what are the few things that I need to specify? A is a non-zero term first, and along with this A, B, C and D can be any number value. I mean they can be any number value. Now when I say any number value, when I am talking about real numbers, in that case A, B, C, D, they become real values, wherein A can take all real values except for 0, and B, C, D, which are the constant terms, along with A, can take any real value. At the same time, when I am talking about non-real values, then I use it accordingly. So when I am using a term like any number value, I basically mean to say is this could be real or this could be non-real. Now when I say non-real, there is only one possibility which arises from here, and the possibility that arises from here is imaginary values. But our focus primarily would be on real values only. Okay. So now can I say all of these are not only number values, they are constant terms being used. These are the constant terms that we are using here. And then along with the constant terms, I am using what? Various powers of the variable. Various powers of the variable x is what we are using. Now the various powers of the variable x that we are using will decide the total number of terms, that I get in this expansion. So what are the powers of the variable that we are using here? We are using x to the power 0, right? And then we are using x to the power 1, then we are using x to the power 2, and we are using x to the power 3. And the coefficients which are associated with these powers are, so we associate a with this. So let's say a with this is associated, b with this, c with this and d with this. And then we use a mathematical operator other than the plus mathematical operator. The other operator that we are using here is addition. We could have used subtraction as well. But when we are using division as a mathematical operator that I have already talked about with the help of 4 mathematical operators, then one has to remember that the variable should not be put in terms of, a divided by x cube. You can always say x cube divided by a, x square divided by b, x divided by c, x to the power 0 divided by d. That is the point that I am trying to make, which I hope that I have fairly made the point. Okay, now once we know this, now let us talk about the different, so we know how a cubic polynomial is formed. Cubic polynomial is formed ideally with the help of various powers of the variable that we are using here, and here we are using a single variable. So as we step up the ladder, we can use 2 variables also, we can use 3 variables also, and still we can talk about a cubic polynomial. But as of now, we are only talking about a cubic polynomial in 1 variable. Okay. So now once we know how are these formed, and this is the ideal format of a cubic polynomial. Now let us talk about the different types of cubic polynomials. Different types. Now the different types will come from the basic cubic polynomial only, which is this. Okay. So now let us talk about the first type. So we'll put the first type as this one only. So let's say, so we are talking about the types, and we'll put the first type as the one, the ideal one. So which is, let's say, ax cube plus bx square plus cx plus d. Keeping in mind, I'm not writing it again, keeping in mind these domain conditions. These are the main conditions to be inputted to form a cubic polynomial in single variable. Okay. The next way in which I can write this, there are 2 ways. Either I approach it from this side or I approach it from the other side. I mean, when I say approaching from the other side, keep on eliminating the constant terms that we have used, the constants, which in this case are nothing but the coefficients only. So can we say that the constant terms which we are using with the various powers of the single variable x are known as coefficients? Yes, we know this because we have already done this in the quadratic polynomial videos. Okay, so now the second one that I can form from here is, keep on eliminating this. So along with a not being equal to 0, that is always sure. So can I say if d is put to a 0, in that case I'll get what? Ax cube plus bx square plus cx. Now in this case we know that a is non-zero, d becomes equal to 0, and the remaining could take, so remaining we are taking them as non-zeros. So let's say a is also a non-zero, b is also a non-zero, and c is also a non-zero real number value. Now if I want to have these 4 terms, here I am having 3 terms. So let's say if I want to have 3 terms in a cubic polynomial of a single variable, in that case these are the basic conditions that we should obey, keeping in mind that we are talking about real number values. Here if I wish to have 4 terms, in that case we'll have to say none of them should be equal to a 0. None of them should be equal to a 0, and other than 0 they can take any other real number values, because as of now we are only talking about a real cubic polynomial. Okay. Third case, now if I want to have 2 terms, one is keep on eliminating. So this is the basic one that I can get from here. So let's say ax cube plus bx square, right? But before I go ahead, is this the only way in which I can get 3 terms? Let's check it out. So can I not have a cubic polynomial? So for example, let me first complete the discussion for all types of cubic polynomials of a single variable x, which gives us 3 terms. So this is one such format in which this is the basic condition. Another such format is ax cube needs to be there in any case. Now I'm keeping these 2 constant. So in that case the third term could be either cx or d, right? Next way in which I can present this is, in any case I can have this as constant. I need to have this because we are talking about cubic polynomials only. Along with this I can have what? I can have a cx followed by a d. Is there any other way in which I can write a cubic polynomial having 3 terms? Now the basic condition that needs to be understood here is, so a, b, d, none of them need to be equal to a 0, and they can take any other real number value. In this case a, c, d have to be non-zero. Is there any other case in which I can write this? The best way to check the answer here is if you have taken one thing as constant. Now you can use any other three terms and you are supposed to use any two of them. So when you are choosing, so you have to keep one of the term as constant, which is ax cube, and out of the remaining three terms you are supposed to use any two of them, which is just like saying out of three you are using any two. So if I have three terms as a, b, c, and if I have to use any two of them, how can I use it? I can use a and b, I can use a and c, and at the same time I can use b and c, which is just like saying choosing 2 out of 3, which is 3c2, which gives me 3 such cases only. So here I got a single case. Let's say here I am specifying the number of cases. Here in this case, how many cases did we get? We got 3 cases. Let's talk about the other cases wherein now I need to have 2 terms. So let's keep on eliminating like this as we were eliminating earlier. So ax cube plus bx square is the basic one that you can get from here, right? The basic condition that you need to specify here is what? The basic condition. So you will specify this as, you will say that a is and b both, they are non-zero real number values. Non-zero real number values is what you need to specify. Now how many terms are we having here? We are having 2 terms. And believe me, this is going to help us a lot when we are talking about the type of factors or the type of roots that can be formed because of this discussion. Mind it. Okay. So what are the others? So we know that ax cube in any case is going to be constant. We know this for sure. Now along with this, I am left with 1, 2, 3. Now out of 3 I need to choose any one. So either I choose A only, or I choose B only, or I choose C only. It's just like saying choosing any one out of the remaining 3, which is just like saying 3C1, which means 3 cases in total. So out of which one case we have already considered. The second case I can write it like this, wherein the basic thing that you need to specify is A and C both would be non-zero real number values. And the third case that you can write here is ax cube plus d. Here also you need to specify that a and d, they should be non-zero real number values. Let us talk about the fourth case that we can write here. So what is the fourth case that you can write here is, now when you keep on eliminating all these, that means the fourth case you are left with is ax cube. The only condition that you need to specify here is a should not be equal to 0. Now these are various formats or various types of cubic polynomials in a single variable x, which are formed out of the main cubic polynomial, which is an ideal cubic polynomial of the sort ax cube plus bx square plus cx plus d. Now cubic polynomials can be formed in other ways as well. So which is the fifth variety here that I can form here is, I can form a cubic polynomial with the help of 3 linear polynomials or 3 linear expressions multiplied with each other. For example, ax plus b multiplied with, let's say, cx plus d multiplied with ex plus f. Keeping in mind that none of the leading coefficients, now this happens to be the leading coefficient and this happens to be the trailing coefficient, and in between coefficients are b and c, so which we can call them as intermediate coefficients. What is the leading coefficient? The leading coefficient is the coefficient of the highest variable here, which is x cube, the highest power of a variable, which is x cube, and the trailing coefficient is nothing but the constant term or the coefficient of the lowest whole number power of the variable that you have used. And we know that the smallest whole number that can be used is 0. Okay, so this is one. So wherein the leading coefficients, I mean none of these should be equal to a 0. So none of these should be equal to a 0 means we are talking about a should be non-zero, c should be non-zero, and e. All the 3 should be non-zero. Second, I can get a cubic polynomial with the help of a linear multiplied with a quadratic. So let's say the quadratic expression which I am writing here is, let's say, cx square plus dx plus e, keeping in mind that the leading coefficients of both should be non-zero real number values, since we are talking about real numbers. The last that I can talk about let's say the seventh one that I can talk about here is, which I'm bringing it here. So the seventh one that I can talk about is wherein I have a combination of three, I mean it's nothing but a combination of this only, a seventh type, but with the same leading coefficient. So let us say a times of x minus alpha into x minus beta into x minus gamma. Now you could have said that why didn't you talk about a cubic polynomial which is formed out of a cubic polynomial only, so which we have already talked about, ax cube. So we have talked about all the possibilities in which a cubic polynomial can be formed, wherein the seventh possibility that we are talking about is nothing but the outcome of the fifth possibility only. So broadly you would see that there are 6 ways in which I can combine various polynomials in a single variable multiplied with each other, right, to form a cubic polynomial. Now in our subsequent videos we'll be talking about what is a zero of a cubic polynomial or a non-zero of a cubic polynomial, how are the factors, what is the sum of the factors, what are the roots, what is the sum of the roots. Thereafter we'll be talking about the same in other videos, right? So if you feel that this video was really informative and it made you get enlightened with those aspects of a cubic polynomial which you had not come across till date, please do not forget to share this video and like the video and subscribe to our channel if you have not done it. If you have already subscribed to the channel, please click on the bell icon and select all so that you get regular updates from us. If you want us to do videos on some specific topics, don't hesitate and put it in the comment section. Thank you so much. Until next we meet, goodbye.